Hi, I am Kendall from Kendall Stewart's Art Shop, and I wanted to take some time to introduce myself, give you a little bit background, artistic background. I do plan on sharing my items here on YouTube, but I haven't gotten any of my samples in yet, so we'll just have to wait. But first, like I said, I can introduce myself. I started with, well, basically I was inspired by my grandmother, who was very creative. It seemed like, and it wasn't the case, but it seemed like there wasn't anything she couldn't do. And I really, one of the things that she did, painting, I really wanted to do. And I was in my mid-20s when I was talking to a friend about her and all the talent and creativity that she had. She could crochet, macrame, candle make, paint candles, make things out of soda pop cans. Ceramics were just wonderful. Better than anything I've ever seen in that niche. Or is it niche? But anyway, so I had made the comment that I really wish I could paint. And so she says, well, just try. I was like, you can't just try. You can't just pick up a paintbrush and a canvas and throw paint on there and expect it to be anything. So she says, no, just try. You buy some cheap paper, you buy some cheap acrylics or watercolors, and give it a go. Just try. And I decided to listen. So I then, went out and bought some inexpensive supplies and a very inexpensive easel. Couldn't put that thing together after it got taken apart once. I was like, just didn't know what to do with it. Pieces of plywood. So anyway, but I did. I just tried, and as it turned out, I did have a creative bone in my body, maybe even two. So I painted for a while, and some of it was junk, but some of it was okay. But then after about 5 years, things changed. My circumstances changed, and my art got put to the side. And I missed it. It was very relaxing, or is very relaxing, which is nice right now during the times we're living in, with COVID-19 and being housebound. And so I just missed it. Then my circumstances changed a little bit more, and I was able to do a couple of pastels and buy some inexpensive paint again. And I actually did some pieces where I did the pastels on canvas instead of paper, and then painted over it with acrylics to end up with a very rich look. And I was quite pleased with the few pieces that I did for that. In fact, 3 out of 4 of them are hanging in my house, which I don't hang my stuff in my house. Doesn't all match. So then my circumstances got even better, and so I started up again. First I started with a drawing class. It's an online class at Great Courses, and I've only gotten halfway through it. But then I stumbled across a watercolor site, Doodle Wash, and I have to really thank them for helping me to start that, because I always thought watercolors would be very difficult, and I imagine it's different for everybody. Some people it might be easy, some people it may not be. I won't call it easy for me, but it's not impossibly difficult either. I've had some really nice pieces. And then, and again, a lot of junk. And then a neighbor discovered that I painted, and he told me about Teespring. And there you can sell t-shirts and sweatshirts and hoodies and cell phone cases and tote bags and just all kinds of things, masks, which we certainly need today. And I decided to look into that, and you know, I have found a way to do what I've wanted to do ever since I was a little kid, and share my art. You know, it's a wonderful thing for me. It's very gratifying to me. In the future, I hope to actually wear some of it and show it off. I can't do that right now because my samples haven't gotten to me. I also want to show them off on, you know, some other folks, because my body type is not something I like showing. it's a little heavy, but anyway, so that's the future for the YouTube channel. Also, if I can find a way to do it, I'd really like to share some of my techniques. I don't know if you call them techniques, but just some of my process. Let's call it my process, and see what so you can see what I do. Until then, I thought I'd share some of my old artwork with you. I'm not going to share any of the artwork that's on my pieces because I want you to go to the store and see it. But and there will be a link in the description on how to get there. It's a very long web address. But I thought I'd share with you some of my older stuff, some of my drawing and my acrylics, and just to give you a chance to see what I do. So anyway, this was done a couple years ago, and it's a ballerina orchid. I hope you can see it. Yes, we've got that on there, and hopefully the light is not. Let's move it over here. That was just a little something I threw together. A lot of the orchids I looked at they can be very detailed flowers. So that's my only orchid. Here's another one. This is not a flower, but just a drawing that I did with some colored pencils. I'd forgotten I'd even done colored pencils until I went to look for some of the artwork to show you. Here's one last drawing. Let's see if we can get that so the shade, so you can see it. I hope you can see this. And then some of the acrylic stuff that I did. I did several in this style, kind of blotchy looking, you know, the colors blotching together. And I'm peeking out from behind them so I can see my screen and make sure that you can see what I'm showing. That one was done, gosh, it doesn't even say. Doesn't say what year I did that. Then these are some that I did when I first, or when I started back, I guess, or maybe when I first started doing them. I did a lot of, you know, hilly landscapes with trees in front of them, horizons. So this was my accidental painting, and it's one of my favorites. It just happened to come out really well. Is that upside down? That's upside down. Was a beach, and the water coming up on the sand, and that one I just thought turned out so well in the sky. You know, completely an accident though. And again, with some of the blotchy kind of paintings. I have some pastels on paper, but they're huge, and I wouldn't be able to show them on here, I don't think. Not successfully anyway. But that turned out, that were landscapes that turned out really well. This one is kind of, I guess, could be abstract, but to me, it looks like a wave crashing. Just like one section focused in on one section of wave crashing, maybe over a rock, and you can't see the rock anymore for the water. And then there was this one, which if I do use this one, I'm going to have to get scanned professionally because it's too big for my scanner. But I love the colors in this, just so vibrant. Love the colors in this one. So that's the kind of stuff that I did when I started out, and I have to keep remembering to look at the camera and not at the side thing. But when I first started out, and you know, it's simple, nothing too detailed. I've gotten a little better at detail since then, but you know, I guess I consider myself a student more than a artist. I mean, I consider myself an artist, but not a very good one. I think that I'm more a student of art, learning to do what I want to do the most, and I get great enjoyment out of it. And on that note, I do want to say, if you have something that you wish you could do, try. Greatest piece of advice I was ever given, one word: try. You may or may not be happy with what happens. You may find great joy in it even though it wasn't good. Well, then build skill. You may not find any joy in it because you may be disappointed in what you do. I am sometimes. But if it doesn't bring you joy, then you know that's not the thing for you. But try. Just try, whether it's, you know, whatever kind of task it is that you wish that you could do. Unless it's illegal. don't try that. So just give it a go. And like I said, I'll have the link in the description. And I hope that you'll visit, and I hope that you see something you like. If you don't, that's okay. That's the way art goes. But keep checking back, because maybe something else will catch your eye later on. And other than that, have a wonderful day, and try.